Hey you guys, welcome back. So I have a bonus video for you guys this week. If you guys have been noticing, I usually just been uploading once a week. That will be my schedule for the most part, unless I have PR packages like this one. I've been having this polish laying around for quite some time. It's from Nail Reserve, so I really needed to get this done, you guys. So we're gonna make a set today. I will be using my practice hand I got recently from Amazon, and let's just go ahead and get her all set up. I do use these extra long nail tips, and I will leave the link for all this stuff down below, you guys. So to prep this hand, I always use acetone, and then I take an alcohol prep pad, and then I spray on the acetone on that prep pad. And what that does is it really just gets these tips ready to apply polish. That way you don't have to foul them, and you don't have to deal with any foul shavings or anything like that. And so once you notice that the tips are foggy in appearance, that's when you know they're ready for application. And it's that easy. All right, you guys, for my first design, I'm going to go in with Nail Reserve's White Addict. So this is one of the polishes they sent me before they changed their name. And the design I'm going to be doing is a cow design. So what I tried to do here is I had this type of brown polish they sent me, and I wanted it to be a little bit darker. It didn't go quite as planned, as you guys will see in a little bit. I tried to add a little bit of black to that polish, but it ended up just being like a really muddy black/gray, and I tried to add more to it to lighten it up, but it just didn't come out how I wanted it to. But I did end up using it anyway. I did look online for some inspiration. I watched some YouTube videos because the design I'm doing is a cow design, and I've never done them before. Actually, a lot of designs I'm doing in this video, this will be my first time, so you guys will be learning with me, and I will be showing you guys how I achieved these different animal prints. So just consider this official multi-animal print nail tutorial. Okay, so I have my dotting tool, and I'm gonna go in and just start making blotches on the nails. So my first blotch will be up towards the cuticle area. And you guys, when I did this design, I was like, wow, this is super easy. I would say a cow design is definitely beginner friendly. I will go down here and make another blotch, just a little, kind of in the middle of the nail, on the side of it. And as you see, you don't really need to be perfect because you want those blotches like a real cow would have. And that's what's going to make it look more realistic. And I had fun making this design. It was surprisingly easy, and that's why I think I had the most fun with it as well. So I made another blotch down here. And you guys, like I said, if you're unsure about how to make a design, always look on YouTube, search Google for images, just to give you some inspiration on kind of where to start and just give you some guidance. I think anything is possible if you just try. You got to imitate things in order to learn. So that's what I did with a lot of these designs. Actually, all of these designs, I looked them up. I looked at some other creators and just saw what they did and how they achieved them. So I did use that brown polish, as you guys can see, and I'm going and I'm just making just some uneven lines around the outer side of it, just to give it, a little bit of extra look. And I think it came out really cute. Let me know what you guys think of this first design here. I'm going to go ahead and cure it. For my next design, I'm going to use this yellow polish they sent me, and it's called Just a Flirt. So I'm going to lay down the base of this. Now, this is my giraffe nail. And to be honest, you guys, I was a little unsure if I was going to be able to pull this off because of the technique that I had to use to achieve this giraffe design. But you know what? I'm going to try it because that's what we're here for. So I went ahead, I covered up the whole nail with that, and I cured it. Then I'm going to go and mix these colors together. And I did Google what colors make brown, and it said red, yellow, and blue. So I went ahead and mixed the ones up that they sent me that were closest to red, yellow, and blue. That one's not quite red, but it was red enough to make this lovely brown color, and I thought it was just perfect for this giraffe nail design. Look at that color, you guys, what I came out with. It's very earthy, very appropriate. This requires blooming gel, so I'm going to use Born Pretty 6-in-1, and I'm using this nail art brush. I will leave the links down below for the nail art brush. So first, let's put this blooming gel on. When applying blooming gel, my tip would be don't do it too thick, because the purpose of it is to spread around the polish that you're applying on top of it while it's still wet. Now for this step, you can also use base gel. That will work just fine. Now I'm gonna just go in with a dollop on my brush and just make, once again, blotches, but I'm gonna try to make the outside of these blotches smoother than I did on the cow nail. You don't want jagged edges for this. You want to make like loose circles, kind of like diamond shapes, and I will show you that in just a bit. I did take a little bit off my brush. You don't want to have too much polish on your brush as well while you're doing this design. So for this one, I'm going to go in the middle of those two, and like I said, a diamond type of shape, but a very loose diamond. And it depends on kind of how you want your giraffe shapes to look too. So as you see, I'm doing it in a diamond shape. I'm going to fill it in, and that blooming gel will do the rest. It will spread it out, and it'll make the design just come together the way it's supposed to be. So for this shape, I'm coming from the side and I'm doing like a triangle on the side of the nail, very loose triangle again. Also keep in mind, you guys, when you're making this design, you want to make sure these shapes that you're putting on here are separate. So you definitely want to make sure you're seeing that line in between this design, because like I said, that blooming gel is going to spread that polish anyway, and you just don't want it to be a big hot meshed mess. I'm trying to explain as much as I can the technique, you guys, and I'm showing it at the same time, so in hopes that someone will give it a try if they've been intimidated by these types of designs before. As you see, they're really very easy to achieve once you just give it a try. So I will let this set for a little bit. I put a couple of dots on there just to give it that realistic look, and I'm letting this bloomy gel just set in, let it do its job. Once I'm satisfied with how it looks, I want to cure it ASAP, because for one, you don't want to accidentally bump this design and mess it up, and then for two, like I said, you don't want the blooming gel just to do too good of a job and have it everywhere. Look at that. I think that came out amazing for my first giraffe design. Okay, you guys, for this next design, we're going to use this green called Emerald Window. And after I applied this color, I was like, wow, yes, this was the perfect pick for this design that I'm doing. This is a snake design. This will also be my first time doing this one. I know you guys are like, okay, we get it. This is your first time doing a lot of them. Actually, this is my first time doing all these designs except for one of them. So I put down this nice rich green, and it's very earthy and like jungly. I was really surprised at how this green looked once I laid it all out on this nail. And so the other color I'm going to use once again is that Just a Flirt, and that's the one we're going to make our pattern with. I'm going to lay that out on my palette, and then I'm going in with some more of that blooming gel. Once again, don't make that blooming gel too thick, especially for this type of pattern. It's very delicate and it can be messed up easily. I'm going to use my dotting tool again. We're just going to go in there. I like to wipe it off a little bit before I fully commit to going on the nail. And we're just going to make lines across. Very, very simple design, you guys, once you know the pattern that you need to go in. One very important rule for this design, though, you need to make sure these lines you're putting on the nail have enough space in between them, because they will just mesh together and it will not be good. You'll have to start all over because it won't have the look you're trying to go for. So I'm going to let you guys just watch this technique for a little bit. And don't be afraid to go back and fill in a little bit of those spaces. The next part, we're just going to make dots on the side of the nail. And where we're making these dots are in between where the spaces are of those first lines. Very simple design, you guys. Once again, all these are really simple and beginner friendly once you know the technique. One thing I would say is you just want to make sure you don't have too much polish on that dotting tool, or else it's going to leave a big blotch on the side of it and it will really throw off the whole pattern. And you guys, I was so proud of how this one came out. You know, I know it's not perfect, but for my first time, I think I did really well. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'm going to go ahead and cure that. Okay, so for my next design, I'm going to be using the color they sent me called Sunfall. And we're just going to cover that nail completely and go in with this blooming polish once again. This is a tiger design, you guys. This one is very easy. Now, it does look intricate, but believe me, it's super easy. So what I do is I put a dab on the side of the nail of the black polish, and then from that dab or blotch, whatever you want to call it, I drag out towards the center. So literally it's that easy. You're putting dabs of polish on the nail, and then from that you're going to drag to the other side of the nail. You guys, simple, super easy design once again. And then for this one, I'm going to put a little dot, drag it to one side, and then from that same dot, I'm going to drag it to the other side. It kind of gives you like a wishbone type of look. That gives it a different pattern in this, because we know there's all different patterns in tiger designs. So I put a dot there, dragged it to the other side, so on and so forth, you guys. Like I told you, super simple, easy designs that very beginner friendly. So I'm going to finish that technique all the way down the nail, and then I'm going to go back up the nail and just do a little bit of more detailing that I feel like I could drag a little bit more across just to make it a little bit more interesting. Since I'm using blooming gel though, I don't want to do too much. And then also when you're doing designs, you don't want to do too much to it. You got to know when to stop. All right, for the next design, I'm gonna do puppy paws. So cute. And I'm using this leftover brown that I used for my giraffe nail. And I'm taking this regular poly gel brush and I'm using it to paint on this gel polish. You guys, one tip, using a poly gel brush or gel brush like this for painting on gel polish, it really helps to spread that out evenly. I got that tip from Nail Career Education. She showed us one time how to do that, and I'm telling you guys, it works really well for putting on gel polish in an even layer. So there's my base for this design. And let's go in with this Love Fling color. I'm gonna put that down on my palette, and also their black color polish. And I'm using a dotting tool once again. So when I looked this design up online, because this is my first time doing this design as well, from what I could gather, you do 3 dots. You're kind of doing it like a loose heart first. You can even do an even heart if you want it to look, you know, even more symmetrical and more on point. Basically a heart type shape. That's what's going to be the center of the paw. And I'm just working that polish around until I feel secure in its shape. Now, it took me a little bit longer because I know we can always, you know, wipe it off, try again. But honestly, I don't like starting over when I'm doing a design. Next, we're just going to put 4 dots across the top of that design. And you guys, look at that paw. It's super cute. I think it came out really cute for my first little puppy paw design. Then I'm going to go down here and make another one. Like I said, you do those 3 dots and then you're just going to combine it all together into like a loose heart shape. And then you're going to go and do the 4 dots again. So you guys, honestly, in my opinion, if there's designs you can do with a dotting tool, I would definitely say give it a try. A dotting tool is one of those tools that's very easy to use, very beginner friendly. So for this paw, you guys, I kind of like freehanded. I didn't do my 3 dots, which you will see the shape didn't come out as great as the other ones. And that's why it's kind of good to stick to certain techniques sometimes when you're actually doing designs. I think I was able to work it out okay though. It didn't come out too crazy looking. Let's go ahead and do this last paw down here at the tip of the nail. And that nail is just about done. I was looking at it though, and I was like, I feel like it's missing something else. So once I cured it, I went ahead and I put some yellow down on my palette, and I'm just gonna make dots through the center of those paw prints. And just doing a little like details like this will just take a design to another level. One thing I did notice though, after I did this design and I watched it, I was like, these colors are like Scooby-Doo. And that's exactly what it kind of looks like Scooby-Doo inspired design. And I didn't know that until I actually did it. It's funny how things like that stay in the back of your mind and you don't really realize it, and it comes out in art or some type of other expression. I just thought I'd mention that because that was just too weird. It came out like that. All right, so I am putting down the top coat that they sent me, you guys. This top coat is very rich and glossy. Overall, I'm satisfied with this polish. Like always, Nail Reserve, they have very quality products. I'm going to throw top coat on all of these, and then you guys can see the reveal shot. If you guys enjoyed this design and you enjoyed my tutorial of multi-animal prints, please leave this video a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Here it is, you guys. I think they came out amazing. Let me know which ones were your favorite. So you guys, if you like this polish, I have a huge discount code for you guys, 50% off. Use Just Doing Nails at their website, which I will leave down below in the description for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.